The exodus began on Saturday morning with members of the official supporters club. A snow-covered riverside greeted hundreds of fans and dozens of coaches making the long trip to Cardiff. They all had one thing in common, a real desire to see Middlesbrough finally end that long wait for a trophy. Many had travelled with the club to 3 Wembley finals in the late 1990s, but believed now was the club's best opportunity to win a piece of silverware.
I just think we'll have too much for both side this time, mate. It's really good to go to a final. It's not against Chelsea that you know you're going there and you've got a real good chance of bringing the cup back.
So excited, I haven't slept all night.
Do you think this is going to be Borough's time this time?
I hope so. Well, this is our time, I think. 2-1.
By lunchtime, the coaches were on the move, transporting the first of 30,000 plus fans who were heading for the Welsh capital. Many were being forced to stay outside of Cardiff, but they were all looking forward to their first trip to the Millennium Stadium.
I can't wait to get there. Can't wait for Sunday morning, and we're going to win it. And the score's going to be 2-0.
I think we've got a real chance this time, you know. The way we played against Manchester United was fantastic. And Newcastle to a degree, but I think we're going to win this time.
It's the best chance we've got to win. And plus of that, we're playing a team that's not in blue as well. So it's all pointing for a win. Definitely going to win it.
On Sunday morning, Teesside International Airport was the place to be. 14 planes in total left Teesside for Cardiff, each fully booked with Borough fans. Borough match co-commentator Gordon McQueen joined injured players including Carlo Nash and Malcolm Christie. On all approaches to the stadium, it was a sea of red and white. Borough scarves, hats, flags and banners were the order of the day. Some had travelled from the other side of the world to be there. Borough TV Extra's Michael Waydock met Philip Gaskin, who had flown in from Brisbane, Australia.
I lived in Australia for about 15 years now. I was born in Middlesbrough though, so I've always looked for the Borough result first one on the website, listen to the games. Whenever I can get to a game, whenever I'm in Europe, always come up to Middlesbrough, to the Riverside or Urson Park.
Are you aware that you're probably the fan that's travelled the furthest to be here, and does that make you proud?
It makes me proud. I wasn't thinking about it, but it's pretty obvious, isn't it? There's not much further you can come than Brisbane.
And at the stadium itself, fans were warming up their voices for Inside. Meanwhile, back in Middlesbrough at the Dickens Inn, it was standing room only for those who couldn't get tickets for the game, but they went through the same emotions. Job opens the scoring on 2 minutes. Then Zendon made it 2 from the penalty spot. Some nervy moments after Bolton pulled a goal back, and the tension became nearly unbearable as the second half wore on, before the elation of the final whistle. Back in Cardiff, and fans spilled out onto the streets to continue the party.
Can't believe it. It hasn't sunk in yet. Can't believe it. They never do things simply. They always do it very difficult way. But very, very pleased. Very happy. Be a nice journey home tonight.
First 20 minutes I was absolutely delirious. And then they scored their goal. And I sat with my head in my hands for the rest. So. And then when the final whistle went, it was just brilliant.
After all, there was 128 years of celebrating to do.